Do you really need this much equipment to take a good photo? Find out next on What's Wrong with This Picture. I'm Dennis Guillaume, the friendliest guy on the planet.
Hi, you're watching What's Wrong with This Picture on RV Newsnet at rvnn.tv. I'm Dave Dufour, and sitting here with me is Dennis Guillaume, professional photographer, and who's going to be our guide to taking better pictures and making better memories of all those great RV moments on the road. And so basically, welcome, Dennis. I'm glad to see you here, and I know that this is our first show, so we're kind of getting your feet wet, but I know that you're going to be wonderful for us. You've had a lot of experience with taking pictures, and I know that you kind of agree with me, because we've talked before, by the way, folks, that that it's almost impossible, at least it is for me, to travel without a camera. It seems like RVing is the perfect way to go, or for a photographer, being an RVer is sort of a hand-in-glove kind of a thing, because when you're traveling down the road, there are so many opportunities to take pictures and make memories, and having a camera handy at all times seems to be almost a requirement, at least for me it is.
Absolutely. You know, you just wouldn't take a trip without taking your camera along. And the more you have that camera with you, the more you find yourself looking for opportunities to take pictures. And as you get in the habit of doing that, you start to see things differently, and you start to see those opportunities, and you take the pictures and you get better at it. Frankly, RVing gives us so many opportunities with, you know, if we had travel with children or pets, like we have talked about in one of the other shows here on RVNN, you really have so many ways, so many things to take pictures of, but unless that camera is there, you don't really think about what kind of a moment makes a good picture, and then suddenly you start discovering those. So that's really great. Yep. You've had a lot of experience with photography. You've been a photographer for quite a long time. Tell us a little bit about that. How did you get started? Where did that come from? And what's your background? Well, photography has been a part of my life since I was a very young kid, and it's the common thread that followed me through a rather diverse career. In which marketing for a Fortune 500 company was something I did for about 15 years. And during that time, I had the good fortune of being able to travel with this company. We offered incentive trips to our customers, and that meant we traveled all over the world. And so I had the opportunity of not only shooting professionally with acquiring pictures that we used in our marketing meetings, but I also had the opportunity to shoot tourist-like pictures for myself, and those inevitably became the most important pictures that I took, because they were things that meant something to me. Right now
we're looking at a photo here of what is that? Is Goose Island, and where is that located?
That's Goose Island in Glacier National Park.
There's an absolutely gorgeous picture there.
It was taken not that long ago. I think it was 2008, and we were on one of those touristy trips, you know, and unfortunately we didn't have an RV to be comfortable in.
Okay.
But it was a great trip.
Okay. And then this other one is I recognize this photo from Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which is an old movie which some of the younger viewers may not remember, but that's where the flying saucers landed, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Devil's Tower.
Devil's Tower, and that is in where, Wyoming?
It's on the border between Wyoming and Montana. Okay. And it's a great opportunity to shoot something that's very unusual. Okay. You don't see these every day.
Yeah, and one of the things that I think that is important that we should probably point out, and before we go too much further in this show, is that Dennis is a professional, but he's also been a tourist, and so that means he understands how to take photos that are of a personal nature as well as a commercial nature. And keep in mind that this show is not going to be about professional photography per se.
say, or pure beginner photography. We're going to kind of try to run the gamut and bring a lot of tips from the pros that you can use when you're traveling down the road in the RV. And so that just want to make sure that folks understand that we're not going to try to get too far above people or talk down to you in this particular show. With that in mind, we do want feedback from you. You can send us a feedback in the form of notes. We also really want photographs from our viewers that you've taken along the highway, and let us know, what if you like the picture and you'd like to have us see how you might have made it better. So we're going to do some kind of teaching from your pictures as we receive them. So you have a number of ways to get in touch with Dennis online. One of them, of course, is by phone. You can call 1-877-578-RVNN and then go to extension 704, and you can actually leave a voicemail for Dennis. And if you have a question or a comment about the show, we really, really appreciate that. You can send photos to us at picture@rvnn.tv. And you can also locate us on Facebook, Twitter, or Flickr, where we'll also be posting photos for you to look at, travel pictures that relate to the RV lifestyle as well. So look for us in those ways, and please remember to communicate with us. We're going to take a break here, but when we come back, we're going to be talking about what you really need to take great pictures.